So whilst Pixel phones are often heralded as offering one of the cleanest software skins available, I think most people would probably agree with me when I say that they're not known for being super feature packed. Except that's not quite the case. For example, if you happen to have more than one Pixel device, like a Pixel tablet and a Pixel phone, then did you know that you can come into your settings app, then down to the notifications section, and down here you'll find this option that says dismiss notifications across Pixel devices. You just turn it on, grant any necessary permissions, then select the account that you want to use to sync notifications, and that's it. Now whenever a duplicate notification is dismissed on one of your Pixel devices, after about a minute or so, it'll get dismissed on your other Pixel device. Then if we come back and scroll up, there's an amazing setting here called notification history that is actually disabled by default, but you just absolutely gotta turn it on. Once it's enabled, your phone will then keep a track of any notification that your phone receives for up to 24 hours, which is perfect for going back and checking a notification that you accidentally dismissed. Then another notification related trick, if we come back and scroll all the way down, you'll actually see this option that says allow notification snoozing, which for some reason is also disabled by default on newer Pixel phones. And if you don't know what this feature is, well, with the setting enabled, anytime you receive a new notification, you'll now see this little alarm clock icon, and you simply just tap that and the notification will get snoozed for 1 hour, after which point you'll get re-notified. I honestly use this feature a lot. Now, you can also tap that 1 hour duration to select from a few different preset options. However, what's really cool is that we can actually use a third-party app called System UI Tuner to change these preset periods. With the app set up and open, you just come down to this interaction section, then tap on notifications, and then at the bottom, you'll find this custom notification snooze times option. These are all in minutes and we just change them to our heart's content. So let's change the default to 15. Then I'll do 1 minute, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. And that's it. We can now hit the tick icon, then okay. And now when you receive a new notification and you tap that snooze button, your new default duration will be set. And when you tap it again, you'll see your other new custom preset options, which is fantastic. All right, from there, back in our settings app, if we open this display and touch menu, if we then scroll down, we'll find this touch sensitivity option. With that opened, we can actually enable this new option called adaptive touch, which actually makes using your phone's display when it's slightly wet a much better and more reliable experience. Oh, and if you've been finding that your display hasn't been feeling quite as responsive after installing a screen protector, then enable this screen protector mode, and that should restore it back to its full fluidity goodness. Then one of the most underrated tools that comes pre-installed on every Pixel phone, in my opinion, is the Recorder app. And with each new update, it seems to be getting better and better. You just hit this big record button and the app will not only start recording any audio, it'll also start automatically transcribing that audio with speaker labels, and you can even generate summaries of your recordings using AI. You can even copy your transcriptions directly to Google Docs, so it really is quite a powerful tool. But if you want to take voice recording and note-taking to the next level, that's where today's sponsor, Plord, and their Note AI voice recorder and note taker comes in. Now, I've tried using my phone to record audio in the past, and it just never works as cleanly as I want. I often want to be able to look at my phone to check questions or notes. Notifications often come through, causing the phone to vibrate, and the audio just ends up being messy and inconsistent as a result. Plus, it's not very professional looking. And so the Plord Note is the solution. It's credit card sized, professional looking, and completely separate from your phone. Plus, it has built-in noise reduction for clean and uninterrupted audio recordings. And then the real kicker is that the Plord app will then transcribe, organize, summarize, and even build mind maps from your recordings, making it super simple to review them and understand the key takeaways. And if you want to record phone calls, just flick this little toggle and you'll be able to capture both sides of a call really clearly. You also get a leather MagSafe card holder plus a magnetic adapter so you can attach it to any phone. It also offers up to 30 hours of recording and 60 days standby on a single charge, and all your data is encrypted and secured by AWS with full SOC 2 and HIPAA compliance. So if you want a smarter and more professional all-in-one recording solution, check out the Plord Note using the first link below. All right, here's a handful of really handy keyboard-related tricks for your Pixel phone. Now, firstly, I'm sure that most of you know by now that if you long press and drag the space key, that you can then very finely adjust the position of the cursor. And if you didn't, well, There you go. But did you know that if you swipe on the backspace key, that you can use that to batch select a bunch of words that'll get deleted in one go? Or did you know that if you highlight a bunch of words up to about 10, I think is the maximum, that you can then tap the shift key to cycle through various case formats like all lowercase, sentence case, and all uppercase? I use this trick all the time. Or if you're using a Pixel 9 series device, did you know that if you open the Pixel Studio app, then tap this little sticker icon here, that you can create custom stickers that will then show in your keyboard? So if I tap describe your sticker, then enter the prompt that I prepared earlier, man with moustache holding a phone, then tap to generate. Once complete, all I need to do is tap to add it to my sticker library. And then anytime I'm typing anywhere on my phone, I can just tap my emoji key, then tap the sticker icon, and there we go. I can then send my custom made sticker to anyone that I like. Okay, here's a really cool new feature that was recently added to the Pixel 9 lineup via a software update called Connected Cameras. To enable it, with our settings open, we just need to tap on Connected Devices, then come down to Connection Preferences, and here you'll see an option called Connected Cameras. You just toggle it on, and if this is your first time doing this, there will be a little bit of a setup process to get all your connected devices set up and ready to go. But once complete, anytime you're then in any of the supported apps listed down here, you'll actually be able to use a completely different Pixel device in a sort of multi-cam style setup. So for example, here in the Instagram app, if I have this live streaming mode open, you'll see there's now this new little floating camera icon. I can just tap that and you'll get the option to add any supported phone. So I'll just tap this add pixel option. And as you can see, my Pixel 9 Pro shows up. So I'll select it, then accept the invite on my Pixel 9 Pro. And by the way, I believe devices as old as the Pixel 6 lineup work, as do GoPro devices dating back to the Hero 10 lineup, which is pretty nifty. But once done, we can then toggle between any connected cameras, which gives us, as I said, a multi-cam style setup for live streams that can be controlled all from the one device. I will just mention, whilst the feature shows up on my Pixel 9a, it currently doesn't give me the option to add any devices, so hopefully that gets fixed in a future software update. Now, one of my favorite features on any phone, let alone Pixel phones, is the always on display. But for the longest time, anytime I used a Pixel phone, I found it incredibly frustrating that I couldn't schedule when the always on display should be on and when it should be off. I mean, pretty much every other phone offers this as a feature, but not Pixel phones. But there is a bit of a workaround, which is to use a feature that's been around for a few years now called bedtime mode. You'll find it in the settings app all the way down under this digital wellbeing section. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the option that we're looking for. With that open, you just come down and tap on bedtime routine and then set your schedule as you like. So for example, I already have mine set to only come on when I'm charging after 9 PM and before 6:30 AM. Then under this customize section, I'll open this screen options menu, and all I like to enable is this keep the screen dark option. And that's it. Now my always on display turns off when my phone is on the charger overnight. The only issue that's been around for quite some time now is that bedtime mode doesn't turn itself off in the morning for some reason, so hopefully that can be fixed in a future update too. The other really neat feature Google offers under this bedtime mode section is the ability to track your coughing and snoring overnight. You would have either turned it on or off when you first set up bedtime mode, but if you previously disabled it and you'd like to turn it on, just scroll down here and tap on cough and snore info, then tap allow access. Toggle it on and that's it. Your phone will now track your coughing and snoring overnight, which can be really useful. Oh, and if you want to disable it, tap the three dots up here, then tap manage your data, tap cough and snore info, and then you just tap to toggle it off. All right, here's a super simple one. Anytime you're trying to take a selfie, but you find yourself in an awkward position where tapping the shutter button is a little tricky, just hold up your palm and that'll instantly start a self timer, making it way easier to get the shot. And in case it isn't working, just tap the settings icon here, then on more settings, and make sure this palm timer toggle is set to on. Or let's say you want to give your phone to a friend to look at a document or to a kid to keep them entertained, but you don't want them snooping around the rest of your phone, then app pinning is the solution for you. Just come into your phone settings, then scroll down a bit and open the security and privacy menu, then come down and tap on more security and privacy. Then all the way down the bottom, you'll see an option called app pinning. You just open it, then turn it on and hit OK, and that's it. Now when you launch into your recents panel and tap any of your app icons, you'll get this new option to pin it. The app you pin will then remain fully functional as it normally was, but now there's no getting out of it. To exit, just swipe up and hold, and that'll take you to your phone's lock screen, which you'll of course need to manually unlock. And then last but absolutely not least, one of the best features that Google quietly added in recent times is the ability to restore data from a previous device even after the initial setup process is complete. So for example, let's say you're in the middle of setting up your new phone, but you forgot to switch your SIM card over, and then before you swap the SIM, you receive an SMS on your old phone with important information that you don't want to forget. Normally, to then get that message onto your new phone so that it's not lost, aside from factory resetting and starting over, you'd have to use a third-party workaround. But now, you just open up your settings menu, then scroll down and open up this backup or copy data tool option, then tap on copy data using Android Switch. You then follow the prompts, and once done, you'll be able to transfer that new data over, easy as you like. But there you go, 15 hidden tricks that I'm hoping will help you to make the most of your Pixel phone. And if you're now on the hunt for more tricks, then check out the last video that I made on the subject, which I'll link in the cards, and which features 15 completely unique tricks, none of which were mentioned in this video. If you enjoyed the video, then a sub would be greatly appreciated. But that's it, thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you later.